All right, family. Good day, wherever you are in the world. You're tuning in to another exciting show of Senior Talk with Clara Hubbard. This is our new series called A Legend Speaks.
Oh
Now,
my God.
who else would we have with us today? She is a media mogul. She is an actress. She has done voiceovers. She's done the runway. She's been modeling. And she is an actress currently on the phenomenal Showtime series, The Shot. We have Miss Ethel with us today. Everyone knows her as the one and only Miss Donna Tittle. And it is the middle of the day, so it's Tittle in the middle on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So,
Wow, noise. The crowd goes wild.
yes.
How are you, Claire? Finally, we get together, and thank you for inviting me.
It is my pleasure. Life is good. And let me tell you, I am so honored to have you with us today. We got this series called A Legend Speaks because it was important to me that the legends of our community, who are still what we call people getting better with age, like you, that their voices, that their momentum can touch and reach the youth or those that follow behind them. But let me tell you, we got some big steps to fill with you. But let me tell you, you are not slowing down. So
no. If you slow down, you will die. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
My friend and I had a dinner together, and he was talking about his retirement, and I'm like, well, Tom, when you retire and you don't do, I said, what are you going to do? He said, nothing. I said, you know what? When you do nothing, you're going to die. Mm-hmm. Sure enough, days later, Tom's in the hospital.
Yeah.
And we hope you get better, Tom.
That's right.
I'm just saying, I'm loving what you're doing, and to think that I would be learning this virtual viral how to do this is amazing. And Claire, I want you to know you are teaching an old dog new tricks. Okay.
Oh, let me say, well, you got room to get it done. Let me tell you. If you
is hanging in there.
Yes. Yes. So let's talk about. We're going to get into the chalet. That's one of the biggest things, and everybody knows about that. But let's talk about your.
No, they don't. They really don't. You know what? People always say, "Oh, what you doing, LaDonna?" I said, "Well, I'm working. I'm working on this TV series on Showtime, The Shot. And if you call up, sometimes you get 2 months free, like I did, and you ask for a senior rate, like I did. Right. That's how you do it. And they've got a lot of episodes, starting with season 1 and 2, on YouTube that you can watch free. So there's no excuse not to watch Miss Ethel do her thing, and just a brilliant cast all the way around.
Absolutely. So what I want you to do is talk about. And one of the reasons it was on my heart when I thought about a legend, you are a Chicagoan.
Yes, I am. Born and raised, school, everything.
Everything.
Couldn't afford to go nowhere else. Okay. Until my mother said, they got some fine institutions right here in Chicago. So Dunbar High School, Chicago State University, and the Art Institute of Chicago. You can't get no better than degrees from there.
You said you did, as I said, you did 3 the hard way, huh?
3 the hard way, girl.
So let's go. Let's talk about the actual series itself. As a Chicagoan, were you involved, or was the cast involved in some of the content of the production? Because, of course, you could give a better broad view and, history lesson of Chicago. Were you involved in some of that series that we see, the scripting?
Well, yeah, a lot of involvement, just being there and being Miss Ethel. But I can say that they weren't so hard-nosed to the scripting. You did get some things, and if you've seen the last episode, I was so glad that they kept some of my ad-libs in.
Yeah.
Because I want people to understand that in theater or in acting, on film, every time you move into a different space, your dialogue will change. Your lines may not change, but your attitude and your dialogue is going to change every time you move into a different space. So we have a reading at the table. That's one space. Okay. Then we go into the set itself, and you get blocked. This is after you've gone through hours of makeup. And for the scene where Miss Ethel gets beat up, I was in the makeup chair for 5 hours. And I loved every minute of it because the guy who did the makeup special effects, thank you, Troy, it took that long because it had to dry, it had to do certain things. So that's one space. And you're steady going through your lines. So when you get to the set, that's when you get your blocking. That means you're going to change again.
Right.
Lines may not change. So like I'm going into the club in episode 6 and I fist bumped the guy, got that from Michelle. Obama. I had to steal that move. And I said, Miss Ethel's in the house. So they kept it in. I was great. And there's some, because I love to curse, there are some words that I popped in there with. But it was so funny for this audition from season 1. Miss Ethel really was supposed to go in season 1. In other words, that episode was the one episode that I was hired to do.
Yeah.
I brought so much to Miss Ethel's character. By the time I got back to my trailer, my agency was calling me saying, they want you booked for 6 more episodes.
They were right.
So one episode turned into a recurring role for 8 episodes out of 10 in season 1 and 8 episodes out of 10 in season 2, which I really think is probably my best work yet to come with season 2, because I go from young Ethel to old Ethel.
Let me
tell you how they do that. They just pull your face up. And they pick you up and put a wig on, and it took 25 years off my life. So you can without Botox, you can go to the beauty supply store and get your face in a box. It's called facelift. I'm telling you, it's called facelift, girl. That was so fun.
Let me ask you this: what a blessing that the role was extended, because the true visibility of you and your grandson.
Oh, girl.
Ronnie.
Oh, Ronnie. You know, some people just never get a break in life. And I think this is the realism of the writing team. And I have to call it a team because Lena Waite and the writing crew and the writer's room, Chicago Common with his input in it, they're just extraordinary, and they write so real. There are some stories that are happening that really are happening right today.
Yes.
So it's amazing that this was pulled off in such a good way with good writers writing real stuff and real things that happen to people.
You know, what really got me was the beginning of this current season and seeing how the title moved into the missing young women in our community.
Yeah, isn't that something?
I tell you, I told my husband I wanted to stop watching because it became so impactful in my spirit, and thinking about how they're still missing and the efforts have been minimal around our community. And we don't want to point fingers, no, but it's still apparent. And it really touched me how they moved into that in such an impactful time in our community right now.
And how the media they tend to expound on others that are missing, but when it comes to Black people, and believe it or not, we are still the most how can I say
misrepresented,
unrepresented, and racially profiled Black women. Black women are the most discriminated against than any other race. And that is a shame to say when you just got the passing of one of our great leaders, Congressman John Lewis. And here we are doing the same thing that we've done for over 400 years, and that is still fighting for freedom and equality and equal pay. So it goes down the line. So, as I say in this business, when white women ain't working, Black women really got a hard time to go.
That's right. And one of the things that I am really passionate about is going forward into owning my own in this industry.
Okay.
in podcasting, whatever it is, to be a branch for older Americans, which we call people getting better with age. I don't know anybody old. Everybody that I know, if you got another
I
day,
don't know him either. I really don't know him.
that's right. That's right. So
I don't, because we do everything that we think we can do,
that's
and
right.
we just have to do it a little bit slower.
Absolutely. Well,
We can't run as fast as we can. I can't climb ladders in my house. I'm wearing my elephant earrings for luck. So
to put it all together. But you
put
always
it all together. Praise God for everything.
you got that right. So let's talk about your career.
Okay.
You have seen, you have heard, you have been, you have known, they know you. What is the different energy of, we're going to start with radio right now.
Okay.
What is that different energy of radio that was not, that we used to have? We used to have signature stations like WJPC.
Yeah, personality radio, more or less.
Right.
Yeah.
Personality radio.
It's the corporate industry and the demand for selling products, selling time. Airtime is a hard time to sell because you can't see it, but you can hear it.
Yeah.
So to me, it's just the fact that they're bogged down with playing so many commercials that you have less time to play music.
Right.
And the corporate side of it, it's more controlling. So you don't have that freedom to play what you want. You may want to add a song in. So in following what we call the clock, the format.
Yeah.
You have to, they used to accuse me a lot of cherry picking the list. That's because, I cherry pick the list because I know people want to hear certain things and not the same thing every hour.
That's right.
Every hour, you replay a hit. Okay.
Right.
Well, you want to wear that hit out till it becomes a recurrent or a dusty or an oldie or whatever. But I love radio. I love doing it. I'm glad that I've moved on to do something else, to concentrate on my acting career and to put my energy into that and doing my Cooking with Tittle show.
Girl, let's go back 1 second. So let's talk about, I have been reading your bio. I know it should be in a book form soon.
Oh, yeah.
A book coming out. But when you talk cherry pick, you pulled a couple of things that made them hit yourself. Would you say?
Yeah. Cha-cha slide.
All right.
I get credit from that from Casper, and the Hustle, Van McCoy, and Moving On, Brass Construction. I got a couple of gold records.
Just moving on. Hey,
Moving On, Brass Construction back in the day.
Right.
So I don't know how this happened. It just happened.
Right.
Thank God they gave me. I got a couple of platinum and gold records on the wall for that. Right. So. I'm trying to convince Casper to do Cha-Cha Slide too. Yeah. I think it'll go over real big.
We need to slide. We need to slide collectively.
Yes, we do.
To march together. We got to get that one. So let's talk about, you were co-authoring a book.
Yes, I am. How did you hear about that, girl? You got good sources. Wow.
Yeah, it's something called research.
Yes, I am. And I'm so excited about doing it. I'm co-authoring this book with, believe it or not, a professor that I had at Chicago State University.
Wow.
A history professor. He has already penned 6 books. He goes by the name of Professor Dr. Dennis Nordine. And we got into this project, and it's like first time being a co-author.
Wow.
So we expect it to be out before January. And I'm just glad because I got somebody to work with that's more disciplined than me. Well, I've been writing my books since I was born, okay?
Oh, my goodness. Let me tell you. It's a passion of mine, too. And I've had a tablet. Yeah. I moved it from one room to one city to the next, from one purse. And
it really is the labor of love, and you got to be so disciplined to do it. So I write down my recipes. I got a whole little book here of because I do something different every day. So I got my my recipes right here that I write down.
All right.
And I tell people to write them down. I just did something brand new. And this is what I want to tell people. You take your old bottles
Talk
Okay.
to me.
And this is what you make your tea in.
Huh.
Now, this bottle was some limoncello. Okay. So I store my teas in bottles. And this is my apple cinnamon tea. It is so good. And yeah, we got to build up our immune systems here, because that is so important with this fighting COVID-19.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I take vitamins. It's so funny because on the set of The Shy in season 2, Miss Ethel has to take her blood pressure. Okay. And so they asked me, how did I feel about, because Miss Ethel has, she's older. So they figure you got diabetes and all the other things that Black folks have, which I have none, thank goodness.
Hey.
They asked me, did I want to prick my finger? I'm like, no, not necessarily. They said, well, I said, by the time shot 13 or take 13 come, my finger will fall off. And I don't have to prick my finger because I'm not diabetic. So they said, don't worry. What they did was just put a spot of blood on my finger. And did take whatever, and gave me where it looks, they can do anything to make it look real on TV now with the generations of just green screens and all the things that are done. It's just magical. It's just magical. We make magic happen.
Yes, you do. So let's talk about what you just mentioned. You don't have any of those quote unquote the diabetes and things that we think.
No, I don't. I try to eat healthy.
That's a cheerleader blessing right there.
It sure is. So I take my vitamins, I take my potassium, I take my D's, and I keep them right on my counter. So I can easily take them, my B's and my C's. I chewed a lot of C's because vitamin C does protect you against cold viruses. Yeah. And this virus is different than any other virus because it's so contagious and it's deadly. But technically, it's a part of SARS. People that went through that. So I'm blessed that I do take care of myself. I do my vegetables. I do my, I eat less meat. I eat less cheese. I eat less of a lot of things. But my mother was a diabetic and my aunt was a diabetic, and I would shop for them. I buy my foods just like I think I am, which I'm not. Thank goodness.
Okay. So here's the deal. What you just mentioned is something that I try to bring up in as many of my senior talk shows, is that we are living through a pandemic and we have no idea where the end is. I should toast you. I don't have anything. Next time I'm going to toast with you. So,
I'll toast you.
All right. Fantastic.
My apple and, I need to put some more lemon in there. Anyway, because I don't do honey, I don't do sugar, I don't do a lot of bread. Okay. So I just try to stay a healthy life.
Right. Well, one of the things that I try to encourage people is, even though we're going through this pandemic, our disparities are still in place.
Oh, for sure.
So staying on top of what you just mentioning, the vitamins alone. And being on top of that and hydrating ourselves. A lot of people say the word. I don't understand.
Speaking of hydrating, here I have my lemon water.
Okay.
I took the old lemon thing and made lemon water. So I have that every day, in the morning. Drinking water. As a matter of fact, I do a whole thing about drinking water, a glass of water at night, a glass of water in the morning. Get your system going. A glass of water at night is good. I hate these. Sorry, I'm going to have to take off this earring.
Right, go ahead, take them out. So what we're going to talk about now is, since we got on fruits and vegetables. We got a cooking show.
Yes, girl. Cooking with Tittle.
Cooking with Tittle.
Bon appetit, let's eat.
Bon appetit, let's eat. I can't imagine being in this. Where do you do the show? I mean, how are you?
I do it right here in my kitchen.
Okay.
And then I travel with it too.
Oh, wow.
I learned that going to people's houses and cooking in their kitchen, it makes it more personal. Yeah. Because I used to have people come to my house and do it in my kitchen. And I usually have most ingredients that people need. And then I decided to take it on the road. And that's even better because I come to you with the camera and with my crew, which is me and the camera person.
Right.
If I'm lucky and have enough money to pay a photographer or whatever, you know, we doing this on a stream. I call it a low to no budget right now, but it's so fun because it's me. I'm doing what I want to do. I don't have anybody pulling strings or telling me what to do. And now with social media, it's just it's our ticket to come alive and do what we want to do.
Yes. Well, I know, and we're going to recap. We're going to come back when I come back to Chicago. Your favorite restaurant is open. I think your favorite. What's your favorite place? Well, I saw you on Channel 7. The House
on Fox 32 at the House of Bing.
Girl, the House of Bing.
You got a neighborhood restaurant that you can sit in.
Yeah, you can sit in. Let me tell you, that catfish.
On the south side. I'm on the south side of Chicago. House of Bing is my neighbor down the street.
Right.
They make the best Chinese food, good Mai Tais. And Sylvia Perez, Fox 32, we did the interview, which is, by the way, on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, right.
Her space and my space.
And I am
fun.
I am that catfish Cantonese girl.
Yes, girl, they do.
That's me.
Good. But when you come to Chicago, you got to let me know. We'll meet down at the House of Bing.
Not a challenge. Not a challenge at all.
Would you believe in this South Shore area, okay, that is the only really Chinese sit-down restaurant in our area? We have Chinese takeout foods on Stony Island. And we just got a very good vegan place on 72nd Exchange. They're doing so well that they've opened up another side of their restaurant. So I'm happy to say that. Yeah, and I like eating there too. I like Soul Vegetarian on 75th. I go vegan. I call myself a schmeegan. A meat eater, and a plant eater.
Right. I'm with you.
You have to balance. Everything is in balance, balance everything.
Well, I know it's important that we take proper care of ourselves. That's how we get better with age. And
we're all I got.
That's it. So
you look great yourself, by the way, Miss Claire.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Very nice, and I love the hair going on.
This is the summer.
You gotta get me one of them.
This is summer. Look, I'll see you the email. Got another color for next week. Same style.
I love it. It looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, that musty look, Oh, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
I got mine going on up here.
I love that scarf. That is so hot.
Thank you.
Very versatile. So let's do this. Of course, we're going to revisit this, in some months or some time, especially when your book comes out. But what do you say to the new age of media personalities, those who are bloggers, all this new social? There's so many people that are coming into this age, and I had the blessing of being given some advice from my mentor, Mary D. And
I work with her, WBE.
Yeah, let me tell you.
We go back.
Were you on BEE?
Yeah, WBEE. Yeah.
You heard me?
And I met Mary at believe it or not, a voiceover audition.
Wow.
And she took me under her wing, and we hung out a bit, and I worked at WBE. I got a very interesting story. It'll be in the book.
Okay, I'm with you.
But she has mentored a lot of people. She's okay. She's really okay. Now you talk about somebody looking young. She does.
Yes,
she looks very good.
I had the pleasure of meeting her about 5 years ago when I really took this on as being a part of my life, serving older Americans who are people getting better with age and being called the granddaughter in the community. Who would have thought? And so here I am today. And one of the things she said, and I want you to give us your statement, is that y'all young people, y'all don't do research.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you post it, and it's the law. You have done nothing to bag up, nothing behind what you have read or what you've posted. And you have a responsibility. So what's your thoughts on it? Being in radio and a media mogul yourself, what are your thoughts on the new age of media? What would you advise the newcomers or the millennials, or what would you advise us to do?
I wish that I would have thought of just plain lip gloss like Kylie Jenner did and and made millions.
Yeah.
So you can't say anything bad. We got a younger generation who are knowing how to really make bucks. They know how to make money. Now, do they know how to take responsibility for making money? Question.
Right.
No. Some of them do, some of them don't.
Right.
Some of them, they spend their money on a lot of material things, but then too, you're young. I would have done it if I had it. I would have done it in a younger age, but I had to save my money for this time in my old age. Okay. You have to be practical. You have to do research is important with any subject you do. And if you're in news media, you better do your research, because nowadays you say one word that is not historical fact, you got everybody sending you all kind of hating on you, hating messages. Right. Young people who are hating on people who just come out and say, I'm sick of this. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of being, you got the Me Too movement. And you got women who are being criticized because they brought out the fact that they were, treated unfairly on a job. So all of that is good. It's good in a way, because we have to take stock of what we are and what we mean to our blackness. And black lives do matter.
I got you.
Women's lives matter. We have to take issue and speak on it when you're not getting paid and you're doing 110% of the job. So I'm for that. And I'm for the young spirit that gets out there, because we did it, and we know we did it. And we just have to keep it moving. So to keep it moving in a positive way.
Yes. So we are now, I don't know, we have watched the last episode. Well, we got one more episode of The Shy.
You got three more. You got episode 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Miss Ethel.
Yes. Ask the question. Go ahead, Ann.
I saw Ronnie. You went out. You had on that bad red dress. You was so hair curled up, little Billie Holiday flower. You went out to the club. The man bagged up on you. You say, "Go ahead now, give me some more." We seen it all, Miss Ethel.
Show me what you're working with.
Show me what you're working with.
Yes, I wish I had to put more into it, but
you did.
Look, in fact, there's more scenes of that whole episode with the club, because I'm like, they went so fast. The guys do a dance like the Temptations and take off their clothes.
Oh wow!
It was just marvelous. It was just wonderful. That in that speech, I really had to get into that, because Miss Ethel, you don't know if she's going through her dementia, and on the borderline with the Alzheimer's, but dementia more or less, because dementia, it was just a hard role to play, because I knew someone who was going through that. And I'm going to tell you, it blew my mind that you can just be talking to them straight, and all of a sudden you don't know that they're not really there until they go somewhere else. And so with that was just really difficult, because when she gives that speech, she is in the moment. She's talking about some serious stuff. It's like, look, y'all in this, young, but understand what a jazz club really meant to some people coming in there, So I got memes going. I used to, you almost slept with Coltrane. Then another meme I have going is, give me that, where's my damn batteries for my remote? The other one was Shotgun Granny from season 1. I loved it, every minute of it.
Let me tell you.
And I took that right out of my grandmother's page. I swear to God. She had a shotgun by her bed up in Kankakee. And we would worry about her. She's passed on, but she lived to be about 93. And we worry about her up in Kankakee by herself. And she said, I ain't worried. I got Daddy Blanton right by the bed. That was the shotgun. So it was easy to do that. It's easy for us to play angry people because it's easy to play an angry black old woman because we really are angry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let me say
we really are angry, but to play somebody who is mellowing and sweet and nice and then doing that dementia thing, that was difficult to do. And to pull it off where it's not corny, but it looks real. Yeah.
Well, I had an aunt who went through dementia. Our family experienced it actually for the first time in the early 90s. We didn't know what was going on. And so when I saw some of the previous episodes leading up, I said, okay, I recognize some of the same things. But what I want
did you know right away that I had it?
I did. I did. Only because of my family member. Hers was more drastic, where we had to really, it got to a point where we were labeling different places for her to be as independent as possible, because people with dementia, they desire to be as independent as possible, just like Miss Ethel. You know,
they really do. And you have to keep reminding them of things, you know.
Yeah.
Miss Ethel's character, she's into her judges. So she knows she got to see her judges every day.
And that kind of thing is real awesome. You know, so let's do this. I'm about to cry because I saw Miss Ethel in her red when she came back from with her speech and her toasts, drinking her red wine. And Ronnie, the last part, I saw Ronnie leading on Grandma. And the scene went on. So I don't even want to deal with it right now. I know people
they saying, did you just die?
Let me say, Miss Ethel is still alive. I am very convinced she is still much alive, as well as
I'm wondering in episode 7, will Miss Ethel wake up and say, boy, why are you crying? Get me my damn remote so I can watch my judges.
My judges, right. My soaps.
She don't even know she's been out.
That's right. Well, let's do this. You have been phenomenal as always. Everyone, you see it on the scrolling, and those are going to be tuning in. It's going to be on other radio stations to come. LaDonnaTittle.com is the website. You can find her on YouTube. You can find her cooking on TV. We're going to share all of this information. This has been playing live on Senior Talk with Claire Hubbard. This is A Legend Speaks, and our legend today is none other than Donna in the middle. It's been a pleasure. So we're going to come back. Let's talk about maybe in September coming back for Grandparents Week.
Okay.
And bringing more of that collaboration with you and Ronnie together, because it's so many of us are living it.
Yes, we are.
Doing it so well, it'll be awesome. So again, it's a God bless you. I can't wait to come to Chicago and have a Mai Tai and some Chinese food.
Oh, girl, we'll do it up. Okay, we will do it up. You're going to have a wonderful time.
I know.
And so where are you located at?
Well, we're currently broadcasting in Indianapolis. We do the show in Chicago. Yeah, look. As long as we have WWW, we are anywhere in the world we want to be.
That is wonderful. And Chicago South Side right here.
Chicago South Side. Look, I'm just a kid from Roseland. That's what I tell people.
Roseland. Okay, Roseland. All right.
117th Street, represent everybody. I love you. But we're closing out our show. Let me say, everyone, you have experienced a phenomenal episode of A Legend Speaks. Our legend this month was none other than the lady herself, media mogul, history maker, actress, author. And she took off her roller skates today to be with her, because she was a woman of many, many titles, and her personality is just as big as her smile. Today with LaDonna. God bless you all. Thank you for being a part of our program. For more information, go to LaDonnaTittle.com. You'll find more information on Senior Talk Media as well. God bless you. Thank you for being a part of our show, and we will see you next time. Everyone, take care.
Thank you. Be safe.
That's right.